how's it going? Don't mind the Christmas tree. It's always Christmas in the Unsigned Pop Punk office. We want to thank this week's sponsor, We Are Band-Aids. We Are Band-Aids was created by LA artist Asia Fadlan, inspired by the famous quote in her favorite movie, Almost Famous. We are not groupies, we are Band-Aids. We're here because of the music. She combined her love of creating with her love of music when her son was born and he started growing out of his cute little band shirts and onesies so fast. She realized she could keep the style going by taking those old baby clothes and making them something new in a bigger size. Of course, she wanted to make one of her own, then her husband, then her friends, and so on and so on. And before she knew it, she'd started a business. We Are Band-Aids is a sustainable, music-inspired clothing line for men, women, and kids. They make one-of-a-kind flannel shirts and denim jackets with your favorite band or artist sewn on the back. They can also customize your order, so you can pick your favorite band, size, and style. All items have been upcycled. What's upcycled, you ask? I'm glad you asked. You take those old shirts, discarded objects or materials, and you reuse it in such a way as to create a product of higher quality or value than the original. We Are Band-Aid's mission is to create unique clothing using less waste. Less waste equals a happier earth. So help We Are Band-Aids make you and the earth happy by picking something up today. Stop by wearebandaids.com. Forgot to add this part, so I'm cutting in at a different angle. Make sure to use promo code THANKYOU at checkout to save 15% off your order. Don't forget that. And give them a follow on their social medias to stay up to date on new drops and sales. Thank you again so much to We Are Band-Aids for sponsoring today's episode. Well, let's get into it. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? A podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski. We do not have Matt Reeves. Wow, I did it. Fucking Matt, you weren't here. You weren't here to correct me. Matt Reed. He'll know that is a ongoing joke. Matt Reed is not here with us this week. He is out sick. But today we are joined by Zach, Matt, and Rob from Chicago pop punk band When the Sun Sets. Friends, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Great to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Heck yeah. So you guys, I think I saw somewhere, it's not just Chicago. You are, right?
We are a hybrid. We are a hybrid, like your favorite Prius, like the best car around, okay? It's Nashville.
Yeah, I am Nashville-based.
Nashville-based.
Uh-huh.
That's quite the hike. What's the distance there?
I don't know the mileage. It's about an 8-hour drive, 7.5, 8 hours.
Well, yeah. I mean, we all go by hours and time.
But yeah, we were actually in two separate bands, and we played together way back in the old days. Not pre-COVID, actually. It was post-COVID.
Okay, yeah.
Still during COVID.
So it's really not that
Mid-COVID.
much of an old days.
Not that old day, but it feels like forever ago now. And long story short, both of our bands sort of started to fall apart with their members, and we kind of looked at each other and said, "Hey, there's some good members here. There's some good members there. We should just take all the good stuff and make something out of it."
Yeah.
And then that's how it kind of happened. And I'm the only one from Nashville left at this point, but
It's holding strong, here. Man. Holding strong.
We'll get to that later,
Sure. Yeah. For when it comes to practicing and stuff like that, do you basically just, get ready before run of shows? Like a day early, and everybody practices on their own and then go for it? Right on.
Yeah, I mean, usually when we do like a weekender, if it's not like within a month or a month and a half of one that we've previously done, we'll just rent a space for maybe 4 or 5 hours, rent it with our whole rig, and then we're hoping that we can just stay fresh enough, keeping on the weekenders like every other month or something.
Sure.
So then on your own practice is kind of just supplemental.
Just good enough.
Yeah, just good enough. Because I mean, we're all pretty tight together, and we've all played in a lot of bands.
Yep.
And we have, you know, the cheat clicks, you know, in your ear.
Sure.
So
yeah, that's pretty similar to the band that I'm currently in. We don't play a lot of shows, but we're all vets, you know. We're not even gonna play clicks no more. We're just over it. One less thing to bring, and our drummer just is a metronome. He's insane. So we're like, well, we just could stick with you. But I'm 2.5 hours away, so we just practice on our own, meet up before the show.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the way to do it. I mean, we're playing a show next week that we're going on, like, probably the only practice we're gonna have is before together, because Matt is going out on a whim and flying out for it.
Yep.
Well, look at you.
Look at you, all the way from Nashville. We're like, we're just gonna do this acoustic, man. It's okay, like we're good. He's like, oh, I'm gonna be there, no worries.
It's like, nah, fuck it. I'm gonna
get a
plane.
Why not?
I'm gonna get a plane.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna fly it if I have to.
I'm gonna buy a plane.
I'm gonna buy a plane. Damn.
Dude, I wish I could buy a plane. That would make my life a lot easier.
It would make our lives easier too, Matt.
Yeah, why don't you get on that?
It'd make a lot of things easier.
Start working.
I'm working on it.
Man, I mean, I haven't like checked on plane prices, you know, for a little while anyways. I'm assuming that they're very expensive to buy a plane.
I would say that we're minimum a few million away.
Yeah,
at
probably.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So let's actually get into the nitty gritty of it. Your latest single is the catchiest fuck tune called Seasons, featuring the home team. Tell us a bit about the song. How was the response for it?
Yeah. So that song we actually wrote, oh my gosh, right when you joined the band, Robert. So what, a year and a half ago?
A little bit after. Yep.
But it's basically about just like losing somebody that you love, you know, love not working out. Whether that's in friendships or relationships or however somebody wants to take it. And we knew that we wanted to have somebody on the song, and Brian from the home team has just always been super helpful for me. He's like kind of put me under his wing at times and like always let us hop on their Chicago shows and talk to me about, you know, this is the things you don't do. And so like we figured that would be the perfect guy to do it. You know, his voice is insane. So
yeah, so good.
Yeah. And not only that, but he didn't phone it in. I've seen certain like artists that like, you know, have a feature and it's kind of just a half-ass attempt at writing a verse or something like that.
Sure.
But he brought it strong.
Oh yeah.
Like we heard it, like the first time we heard it, we were like, holy shit. Like what
this is like straight off the home team record. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, it's good, you know, having cameos and shit like that is awesome, unless it's Kellen Quinn, because at this point, who doesn't have a song with Kellen Quinn at this point?
Oh, we don't, unless Kellen wants to jump on.
You know what though? That makes you special now. That literally, like at this point,
well, that's like the featuring Travis Barker shit, you know.
Oh my gosh, no, I don't know. Kellen Quinn is on everything and almost anybody's.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen like a feature nearly as much as that dude is, and it is at this point, if you don't have him featured on a song, now you are special.
I agree. I mean, ever since that like Featured X and all that came out, it's been like a huge market, which is like super convenient for the artist, but it also does give some people the opportunity to just take capital.
Right. I'm pretty against that site, but I get it. But it just kind of makes features not special anymore.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
You
I
know?
still hit the artist up. I don't use it.
Right.
But I like to use it to shop around like who's willing to do them. And
Right.
it's like, all right, well, I mean, there's probably a cut going somewhere. I'm sure the artist would rather just take what they,
Right.
you know.
And I'm pretty sure too. I just think I feel like that whole like the featured X really kind of ruined that whole thing for just making like you know, somebody else like, you know, it was like if you saw like, well, just even for example, like when Simple Plan came out and they had Mark Hoppus
Yep.
like on like their first big single, it's like, holy shit, that's fucking cool. And it's like at this point now when I see a new submission coming through my email featuring Kellen Quinn, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
You're
even
like, okay,
assume
you
that
had
it'll be
$1,500 to blow.
yeah, it's like it's to me it's like because I've heard a lot of songs at this point featuring Kellen Quinn that aren't any good. That at least I don't think they're very good. And it's like, so by doing so many features like that, you're not guaranteeing a good product. You're just guaranteeing a name. And I think that, you know, takes away so much from it.
Yeah, well, and even the name, I mean, you're not even getting the name that everybody's wanting, you know, they're just you're naming the singer, right? So it's like you're not even getting on the main artist page for whatever you're paying.
Right. So. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so it's like at this point, like it doesn't really help anything. I've seen a lot.
Go ahead.
Huh?
Well, and that's what was cool about the Brian feature is like we just hit him up and he was like, yeah, I'm totally in for this. Like, I haven't seen him like offering features anywhere else. And it's just like, it was so seamless with him.
Well, to be honest with you, I think the really cool thing about it was that we reached out and he was like, yeah, I'd be interested, and was kind of laissez-faire about it. But then we literally were like, he was like, send me the track and I'll know for sure. And we sent him like the demo we came up with. He's like, I'm so in. He goes, let me know when you guys want it. And we're like, cool. Like, it was just awesome that he was like, had that much faith in it, kind of.
Well, that's the way it should be, though. You know,
it should. Well, and he also let us go onto the home team's artist page. Like that was a big thing. Like we showed up on the bottom, and it's like, I mean, that definitely shows like you got some heart for the small guys, you know. Yeah.
Well, and that's just the way that's the way like a feature should be, though. It should be like, do you want to be on this? Like,
do you want to be a part of
this?
Yep.
So
exactly.
And to be honest with you, that's kind of what's kind of been really fun about a lot of the stuff, because we're constantly writing new stuff and making new songs. And we've actually, after a couple shows that we've done recently, we've had a couple friends and stuff like that have agreed to do features and stuff like that. And then we would be like, oh, hey, we'll send you the track. They like come back and they're like, dude, I'm super excited to work on this. I can't wait for this to come out. When's it coming out? And we're like,
heck yeah.
We haven't even released other stuff that we were going to release first. So I don't know, 6 months. We'll let you know.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Well, that actually you're leading right into my next question. So the artwork for your last 3 singles seasons, Complicated in Memory, all have very similar art. Are these singles leading to a new EP or album? Do you have stuff in the works?
You want me to take this, guys? You want to take it?
I don't care. Whoever wants to go. Like, I'll take it.
I mean, this is directly rolling into an EP.
Okay.
We haven't announced it yet, but we're gonna tell you because we love you. It comes out like 3/10, March 10th. It is called You Plus Me for Never.
Okay.
It's just gonna feature 2 more tracks on it, and then eventually we think that's going to roll into like something larger. But yeah, the whole TV type style is still continuing with this EP.
Nice. That's exciting.
That was kind of an idea that I had. It's kind of remembering like the nostalgia, like growing up with you're like, oh, Saturday morning cartoons. Like, that's why I was like, Tube TV, Saturday morning cartoons. That's kind of like concept. I kind of told Zach about it, and he was like, okay, let's do that. And I was like, we could just throw like different symbols in the middle for the single and kind of build it up. And that was like the nostalgia factor was a key thing for a lot of that, and it's actually even led into some of the new songs we're writing. Like we literally have one that's a working title is nostalgia on it. So we are like we have that concept, and we love that idea because you are what you grew up with and where you came from. So that's kind of the idea behind a lot of this.
Yeah, and then the fact that me and Rob are both old pop punk boys.
Very true.
Hey, I grew up on the old pop punk though, so it
Yeah.
works.
You're an honorary old pop punk boy.
Honorary. There you go.
Appreciate you. Where's my medal?
I mean, you got the 408 shirt on, like you're.
Well, of course, I got 2 of them. I literally have been swapping between both of them. I'm just like washing the dirty one. I'm just like, I am literally always in a 408 shirt. I played a gig in one last night. It was
I'm
like
rocking the old all-time low shirt.
I
There
see
you go.
that.
a newer all-time low shirt, but still.
I think
I can't. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. I think yesterday I was wearing a Tim McGraw shirt.
there you go.
I
Those
found
are
it
all
at a
his
Savers,
concerts.
and I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's get it, bud."
Yeah, dude.
There you go.
Tim
Hey,
McGraw's the goat.
Tim McGraw is a badass. Like if anyone wants to throw down at a bar sometime, tell me you don't like Tim McGraw. We might go to fest. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
See, my goal, if you ever see one, you ever come across, you let me know. I want it. I'm looking for a Garth Brooks like
I knew you were
tour
gonna say
tee.
Garth Brooks. Oof.
Oof.
Do we have a
I love
specific
Garth
tour
Brooks.
in mind, or is it any
I
tour
don't-
at this point?
Any tour at this point. I just
All
want
right.
like a person like if I could find one, I want a 90s Garth Brooks.
Okay.
It's best Garth Brooks right there, man.
You
My
know what? I'm
parents
gonna
went to a
find
show.
it.
Let me see.
I
Yeah,
don't
I'm gonna find one
honestly
for you.
I don't even listen to a lot of country, but like boy, I could fuck with some Garth Brooks, man. He
Oh
is
yeah.
legend.
Yeah. That's like me with
And-
Stapleton. Stapleton's insane.
Yeah. Chris Stapleton's fantastic. Another thing that I love about even a lot of the older pop punk bands, Anthony Ranieri from Bayside was doing an acoustic show, and he played, I believe it was a Tim McGraw song, or it might have been a Garth
Nice.
Brooks song.
Okay.
But he literally played a country song, kind of made a little more like his version. And he goes, I know probably a lot of you haven't heard this song before, but it's done by a country artist, and that just shows you that a good song is a good song. And I was like, thank you for somebody for saying it. It doesn't matter.
Oh, he's
what genre.
legendary.
Oh yeah.
Their new stuff.
Have
Oh,
you heard?
yeah.
Yeah, have you heard that new Bayside
Dude.
song with like
Mhm.
Dude, the
Ice
new
Nine
one with
Kills?
Ice Nine is
Yeah.
gnarly.
It's
That is
gnarly.
like Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blame Jack a little bit for that because Jack's always shredded for them, and I just feel like he was like, let me give me the keys. Let me
Oh
handle
yeah,
the reins real
especially
quick."
Let me
during
do this.
Spencer's part. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was like, we're gonna make this Ice Nine.
yeah.
Nice.
Jack's great at that. But I guarantee that collaboration was gnarly in this.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to have been there. Like,
Did you hear how it happened? Like,
No.
they asked Spencer if they could feature with any band on, I think it was Warped Tour, or whatever tour they were on. I think it was Warped. They were like, who would it be? And he was like, Bayside, like 100%. And so yeah, like that's how it happened. I think it might have been a festival recently, but
Okay.
yeah, it was just crazy. Like he's like, yeah, I hit him up, and then he said yes. And I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
There you go.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you guys a question. I haven't asked any bands yet, but it was just something I thought of because I know as a musician, like this shit happens. So I was very curious. I'll test it out on you guys. So since forming in 2018, you've released an EP and a multitude of singles. What is the song that means the most to you? I've asked that. So you can hold that one. And
Okay.
bonus question, what song do you feel was the most slept on? Like, is there a song that you thought was going to be like, this is fucking it. This is going to be fucking it. And you wrote it, recorded it, and it just missed the mark. It just didn't do what you wanted.
I already have my answer. I
Yeah,
have
go
my
for it, Rob.
answers. All right. So mine is actually one and the same song for both questions, surprisingly. Memory, which was our first single that I put out, actually second single we put out after I joined the band. And that song was the first song that me and Zach wrote together. Like we literally met We talked about doing some music songs together because when he was looking for a bass player. Then like literally that weekend we got together and he showed me like the starts of that song, and then we literally went through and killed it and finished that one in like an hour. And it literally, the song is about feeling that like COVID killed you as like as an artist, as a person, so like your friends and everything like that. So that hit me in a certain way because I was, after COVID started, I didn't think I was going to be in a band again. I wouldn't know if I was going to do anything. I thought maybe it was just gonna be like, oh, there's no live events anymore. So that one was the one for me, and I just loved the hook of it. And I just thought it was going to hit just everything on it. And then it has some traction, but didn't do as well as I hoped. But it was just like
So
one
is
of
that
those.
your sleeper track too?
It's both, yeah. It's one of the
Oh
same.
wow,
Yeah.
dang.
That's
like
my
that.
song that I love. But no, now there's songs that haven't
Can
come
you
out
call it
yet.
a sleeper? Can you call it a sleeper if it's not out for like a year?
Sure. I mean, the thing,
I don't-
because I mean, you've put another single out on top of it,
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
it's underperformed the other stuff we put out this year.
right?
Yeah.
And the
That
thing is,
true.
and not even saying that it didn't perform, but it didn't perform like the way you were like.
Yeah, like
'cause-
to our expectations.
Yeah, because I mean, I've made songs and stuff, and I'm like, this is it, man. Oof, I can get ready for the good life. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
and that's literally how it kind of happened. The song came out, and I was like, okay, it didn't really hit. And the next one, like Complicated, was our next single that we put out, and I love that song. I just didn't think it was as good as Memory, in my opinion, from
Sure.
like the writing aspect. And then like it like quadrupled the amount of attention and plays it got. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't like, I don't get it, but it's a fickle industry and market, so it's hard to tell sometimes.
Right.
So
Who's next?
I don't know. I mean, for me, it's tough because I haven't been in the band very long. So up until recently, I didn't actually get to write on most of the songs.
Sure.
I did a little bit on Seasons, but even that was mostly done by the time I joined. So it's tough. I will say my favorite song to play, which I think was slept on, although Zach, tell me if it did better when it came out, because I was before I ever met these guys. But like Hope has always been like one of my favorite ones to play in the set. I know it's one of the ones off the like old EP, and I think I'm the only one in the band that it's like my favorite one to play. So I definitely feel like that one's been slept on a little bit.
I think it's always been somebody's favorite. I feel like it phases out. It's weird.
I don't know, man. That song's just fun to play live. Something about it. It's always fun.
It's the energy. It really is. It's that bounce, and you get the crowd into it, and you get everyone like bobbing along.
Yeah.
Like, fuck yeah, let's play this.
It's a live song, I guess. I mean, I think that's probably part of it. My experience with it is live, and it's a song that just slaps live. But other than that, I mean, for me, Seasons is the one that means the most to me of music, because it's the one that I was the most involved in, so I have the most attachment to it. Hopefully, I mean, by the end of this year, there's a few more songs. The song Nostalgia the guys were talking about, and there's another one called Honest, both of which are songs that I was a big part of, and I have a lot of
Honest is like 85% you, man, maybe even more.
Yeah.
That's the first song I brought like to the band.
Yeah,
completely.
Right on.
So
it'll be fun.
It'll be good.
And we love it because we're kind of branching out with some of these new tracks we're writing. They're going to be a little bit different direction. Like Honest is a little more rock than pop punk, but it still has those like roots and stuff in there. But we have another one that literally sounds like a 90s Everclear song to me. That I love, but I love it. Like it's a great track, has a little bit of electronic like feel to it, but it's really cool.
Talks a lot about your father.
Yeah, actually, it's another thing about figuring out life as it is.
It's father of yours, though, right?
Yeah. But my new song, actually, one of the songs that means the most for me as well. I know I kind of said that Memory is, but is actually unreleased stuff that we have. There's one that's coming out on the EP on the 10th of March. it's going to be called Home Run. It's a really cool song. I love it. I think that one is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of people are going to dig it. So that one's the one meaning the most to me right now. Sorry, Zach, I didn't mean to kick over.
You're good, man. You're good. I didn't start. I think probably my favorite is in this newer batch. I was like looking at our discography a second ago, and I was like, I totally uploaded in 2018. Or 2019. I uploaded this as an EP, and it doesn't show under our records. So it only shows we have one EP. We actually have two under our belt. But I am not any different than those guys in the fact that I do like the newer stuff. Complicated is the one that means, yeah. Complicated means the most to me, just because I wrote it about like hating my boss. Like I was a manager as a welder, and I managed a bunch of different guys, probably like 9 to 15 different welders. And I was just getting pushed back from the people above me. And it ended up that I got let go, and it was like right before that song got released. And then it released, and it like performed really well, and it was just like, wow, like that's really cool. And like it's always meant a lot because you slave away for these companies, and you're so disposable to them. It
makes you feel more vindicated. Like you're
100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then I think most slept on track, I've got to go with, it's off of the Transparent record. It's called Nola.
Okay.
It's always been one of my favorite songs. It's got like this little slow vibey guitar intro, and I just kind of wrote it about like long distance relationships, and yeah, I think it's something everybody can relate to. But I don't know if we just like, I really thought like, oh man, this is like a ballad, this is like super cool.
Yeah.
And then it came out and was just like, ooh, it's like the worst on the record. Nice.
Yeah, like that's, I was just thinking about that, like that today, because like there's so many like songs in like just in my old band's like repertoire and stuff, to where we're like this is my favorite, we're gonna play this live, we'll keep this, we'll re-record this, we'll do it again, and be like, but no one fucking likes it. Why are we doing that?
Anything to keep it in the set. I used to be like that. I used to be like so die hard for that. Like, we are not taking this song out. Like, this means so much.
Yeah, my
like, dude.
My old band that I still do stuff with sometimes, but there's like one song in particular that they were just like, it's just like Matt was saying, it's like, oh, I fucking love playing this live. They're like, it's a great song. Everybody loves it when we play it live. And it's like, not really. Like I've always seen it as a set killer, but okay. You know? And then like they'd be like, and then we had our most popular song that people would always sing, and like people would go like ape shit for, and they were like, we should take this one out. I'm like, what is fucking wrong with you?
I mean, we kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like our like biggest track is like an acoustic song.
Well, I was gonna say it's different because it's acoustic.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like
that's more of a logistics.
little bit different.
That's more of a logistics thing. But we always are like, what do we cut? That one's the first one out. Like,
you know, you could bring that back for like some sort of encore and shit.
Yeah, but like it wasn't like we cut our most popular like mainstream pop punk song.
Well, yeah, we don't have a mainstream pop punk song yet. We're getting there.
We have a couple. Just because they're not hits doesn't mean they're not mainstream.
That's right.
Ceiling would probably be the most mainstream, I guess, if we want to go that route.
It's pretty mainstream.
Yeah.
You're mainstream. Nashville.
I am mainstream.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you're in Nashville.
That's why you brought me in.
You're about as mainstream as it gets. Well, all of you, fuck you guys. Like Chicago and Nashville, get out of here. We're all mainstream. All right. Moving on.
I lived in Nashville before it was cool.
I'm pretty sure it's been cool for a while.
Yeah.
That's been cool for a hot minute.
For a pretty fucking long time.
Yeah, for a minute.
Yeah. Moving on, with the ever-changing landscape of social media, Zach and I kind of already like talked about this a little bit before you guys got on, but with the ever-changing landscape of social media, what platform do you think is the most important to use to promote oneself?
TikTok.
TikTok?
saying that out loud, but it's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a platform that can literally reach millions of people, and if something catches on, like it's not like a reel, you know what I mean? Like reels are cool. Don't get me wrong. Like we do reels basically daily, but there's something about the TikTok and like the dances people make up and everything like that. It just seems to be that spark.
The rate in which things on TikTok go viral and the way they go viral.
Yeah, I was
Like,
going to say
when
the
something goes
rate
viral-
in which they go viral is insane because my brother is 12 years old and the kid's got a couple random videos that have over 100,000. And I'm like, dude, like, can you help my band do that? Like,
But
Well, that's the thing.
here's the only thing I have to say about that. Has anything changed for him?
at 12, no, but I think that's
Well, I just
because-
mean in general, did it get him a ton of followers?
I'm pretty sure it got him a decent amount of followers, but I mean,
'Cause-
he's 12, so he just doesn't have consistent.
Sure. Because the
stuff.
thing is from, I mean, on like the Unsigned Pop Punk TikTok and stuff, I have a few different that have like over 100,000 or like 50,000, things like that. And the only thing I can say about it is like, yeah, that's awesome, but it didn't do anything for me. Like it's really cool.
Yeah.
But it didn't bring people to the podcast. It didn't get people to buy shirts. It didn't, it didn't change anything other than make me feel cool for about a couple days.
Yeah,
I
well,
think
I
the thing
think,
with-
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think the thing with TikTok is the scale. Like we're sitting here saying, "Oh, we have 100,000, and that's cool," and that is really cool. We don't have more than 100,000 views on any of our TikTok videos. But I think the problem with TikTok is like we think of 100,000 as a huge number because on Instagram it was. On Instagram, 100,000 was a big number.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
huge.
you got to
Hey,
strive for the million
And
on TikTok.
and I think if you can get 100,000 on Instagram, it's significantly more important.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so like there's an artist that I love that's not in pop punk. She's a pop artist, but she got big off of like YouTube and TikTok, named Sarah. And like her viral TikTok videos have like 12 million views and a
Right.
million likes, and she got 100,000 followers and monthly listeners off of it. Like, and I think that's the difference with TikTok. The thing that I always liked about TikTok though is like if you had a viral hit on Instagram, it took time for that to get to 100,000.
Sure.
Now, once it did, that 100,000 was a huge number. It was really important and it was great. But it took so much time. Whereas like TikTok, like if you look at someone like Taylor Acorn, right, who's blowing up right now thanks to TikTok. I mean, she went from nothing in our scene to so huge in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
And it's like it's games we play also. Another act in the scene that's just gone so much faster than we seem to be able to go on Instagram or anything else. And I think that's the thing with TikTok is it's not easier to get famous on TikTok than it is on Instagram, but when you do finally get that traction on TikTok, it goes so much faster.
I think they also help the creators more too. I mean, there's a whole portal for your creators. You know, I mean, Instagram is getting on with that, but
was Mag Park as well?
Yeah, Mag Park was like one of the first pop.
They were the
first
first
up there.
They were probably the first, I would say, of like the pop punk artists to like make TikTok work in their favor.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I think TikTok's incredible. I think it's good. I definitely think it's changed a significant amount, which pulls it back a lot to where I feel like, to be honest, it's almost more even ground again.
It's getting there
because they changed an insane amount in 1 year. I remember like 1 year ago, the thing that I liked the most about TikTok is that anybody could go viral, just like you were saying, Zach. Your brother, anybody can, but it's not that way anymore. It is a lot harder. You still can go viral, but
I think your money goes farther too, though. I mean, you're talking like with bands, especially. I mean, every other post I see is sponsored, and a lot of them is like bands that we're friends with and stuff. And it's just like you always have a constant ad going. And on TikTok, if you boost a post or promote or whatever they do, I mean, that money takes you significantly further. Like this week, I just like ran an experiment. I put in like 150 bucks. I did 2 videos and 1 live. And the 2 videos, like one of them got like 20K views and like it did decent, but our follower count, like after both of them and the live went up like 400 or 500, and it's like the scalability in that, like in that aspect too is, I mean, if you get more money in the door, you can put more money there and that's going to bring more. And
one of the cool, oh gosh, what was I even going to say? So what I think the best thing that TikTok has going for it is its algorithm. Like if you guys are trying to hit people that like pop punk, if you're watching TikTok, and you like 2 fucking videos that are pop punk related, that's about all you're going to start seeing. Just boom, 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 boom. And then you like, oh, this cat was funny. This cat was funny. Now it's all fucking cats.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's
you're
like,
preaching to the choir on that.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
a very
God.
short attention span algorithm.
but it's so great with like targeting.
Oh
like,
yeah, you get the specific people
Yeah.
you want.
There is no other social media platform that targets like
When they
Like
have
TikTok
what, a
does.
billion users or something they just surpassed.
They have 1 billion users, and their algorithm is just it's unreal. Like I do work with like AI and algorithms in my day job. So
Sure.
like I researched this a lot when it first started to get big, and
Mhm.
they like the way they classify you is I forgot the statistic someone gave me, but it's some crazy thing like for if you spend 1 second watching a video without scrolling past it, it gathers like 800 data points or something insane like that.
Yeah.
And so like you say like I like the cat, forget liking the cat video, you pause on that cat video for a second,
Right.
and
Yeah.
then you keep scrolling, it's gonna throw another cat video at you because it wants to test. And if you
That's
pause again,
crazy.
it's gonna keep doing that, and it's ridiculous. I've noticed that like there's times on my TikTok feed because I'm addicted to it at this point, like everyone is, and I'll be scrolling through it. It's tough, and I'll be scrolling through it, and I'll be like, man, my entire TikTok feed has become like video game streamers, and I'll literally make a point of like scrolling past them really fast for 5 minutes and stopping on like the pop punk videos, and the next day my entire feed will be pop punk.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like it'll adjust so quickly. You like an unfollow 1 or 2 people, and your whole feed will change. But it makes it easier because you don't have to target, right? Like my business, we're always targeting on Facebook constantly, and it's this endless Instagram, Facebook campaign targeting. We go on TikTok, we literally just go automatic targeting and hit go. And
Yeah, you don't have to create this insane sales marketing funnel.
Yeah, Facebook's marketing like is wild, and it's so hard to target on Facebook to get like if you know what you're doing, like it could definitely be beneficial, but fuck is it hard.
Yeah.
I work with 2 people that used to work for Meta, and they're like, it is the absolute devil. Do not use it. Don't do anything with it. They're like, the algorithms that they come up with are ridiculous. Like from everything they've told me.
Anybody that I talk to about, I feel that like unless you know exactly what you're doing and have a great knowledge about, Facebook targeting ads and stuff, don't waste your money. You're just throwing money away because typically you're not going to get anything from it.
Yeah, I've only seen a couple bands yield like good results. Like I just realized the other day, like Brooklane, they've got like 12K on Facebook.
Yep.
I'm like, damn, we're struggling for like 2, 3K or whatever. But it's
Yeah,
like,
they're
I
3.
mean, those guys knew what they were doing,
Mhm.
What is money? I mean, Facebook is, in my experience, is one of the most expensive places to run ads. Like,
Oh yeah. Mhm.
we do it. My work does it, but it's like it's expensive and it takes time. You have to let that thing learn for like a month. You have to just give up the fact that for a whole month you're losing money, and you got to let it run. It's not like Facebook where you can, or TikTok, you can run an ad for 1 day,
Right,
and it'll run great. Now Facebook, if you got to run that ad, start it, don't stop it. Like that thing should outlive you, because it takes forever for their algorithm to learn.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm good friend. Like my best friend is the owner of Plug Your Holes, and that's how they started, was just running ads on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, and they $100 a day, just rolling with it, and like they would get good results. But yeah, it takes a while, and it takes money. If you're gonna go for it, you got to go for it.
Yeah.
And it's a lot for bands. It's a lot harder because it's hard to get anybody to like lock onto that as it is. Unless you got unless on TikTok where you're just like, whoa, you're slapping them in the face really quick with it.
You're just like, oh my god, I heard that for a split second. I got to go back and find that artist.
Yep. Or you just gave something visually appealing for 5 seconds.
Oh my gosh, so many people do the split screens now, where it's like half of the screen is an appealing video to the eye, and then the other half is just whatever they want to be.
The screen is somebody
about.
just some like
Dude,
yeah,
it's them eating a bag of chips, watching the video half the time. It's just like,
gosh,
Pringles.
that shit drives me nuts.
Yeah,
It's like, get out of here with that.
You're on a different part of TikTok than me.
that was
like
on
the
Facebook.
React type videos.
That's that's the React type stuff. But like the way it also works that I've seen is Facebook also, the ads they accept and that they push out sometimes are like you said, it takes a lot to learn it. But I've seen a lot of bands that write, for a lack of a better term, mediocre songs. Like they're average, they're at best. There's nothing like special about them, whatever.
Right.
Something hit like, but they have ads about it. I'm like, oh, it's an ad. Like, let's just watch it. And I watch it. I'm like, why did I waste my time?
Right. I've been there. Yeah.
Well, it's also like. Oh, sorry, Rob. Finish. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, no, I was just gonna say which makes it really difficult because if you, I'm not trying to say like our music is better than anybody else's or anything like that with this, but like if you write decent music and so, like you think it's good, does well, you put it out there, people don't want to listen because they're like, I've heard so much shit, and now I have nothing.
Yeah. Well, even when you get people who want to listen too, you have the issue of like, if you're selling a product, right? Plug your holes. They're selling something.
Right.
Yeah.
You get one person, maybe it takes $10, but you finally get that one person, they click on it, they spend money with you.
Yep.
With a band, that's not what you're doing, right? I mean, maybe they buy a t-shirt, but generally it's like that one person, they go stream your song and they put it in a playlist with 9 million songs and it gets played once a month on that playlist. So that's going to get you one monthly listener for the year.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, that's great, but that monthly listener costs you $10. Now try to get 500,000 monthly listeners.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's $5 million.
That is the only platform that I've seen that has actually limited you on your ads too. Like I used to work for a social media corporation that did stuff like that, and they were like, they always wanted to run Christmas ads, and like around that time, like they would just say, nope, too many ads, like it's not going to get viewed, so we're not going to put it up. And I'm like, whoa, like
that's crazy.
TikTok would never do that. They got 1 billion people. They'll funnel that to the next million.
Yeah, you won't even get to see creator videos anymore. It's all just sponsored. We'll take it. I don't care.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Seriously.
I mean, it's still the same thing. It's still just a video. So
yeah, it's just like an auction.
So there's one of the things is there's so many iconic pop punk bands in Chicago and Nashville. There's a lot coming out of Nashville, but this was just my thoughts on Chicago in general. Who would you say is your favorite pop punk band from Chicago, and who do you think doesn't get the recognition that they deserve?
All right. Well, my favorite out of Chicago is Real Friends, hands down. I've always loved them. And I think somebody that doesn't get the attention they deserve are our friends in Highwire. They've been around for like almost 10 years now in Chicago. They write some freaking bangers. And
if you haven't checked out Good Enough by Highwire, do yourself a favor, go check out Good Enough by Highwire tonight.
Yeah, those guys they're slept on. It's the same guys, the original members that were in it. They've been in it since high school, so it's just really cool and refreshing to see a band that sticks together like that.
Right. Heck yeah.
Matt, do you want to go? Because mine's going to be kind of long-winded.
No, I was actually going to say that the two of you should probably take this since I'm not from Chicago.
Oh God. See, this is a very difficult question for me because I feel like that there are so many bands that have come out. Like most people think about, Fall Out Boy or maybe Alkaline Trio, something along those lines. But like, there is so much more that has come out of Chicago that is
Oh
like
yeah.
hit in different ways. Like Lucky Boys Confusion, I feel like is like one that, like, yeah, they're known in Chicago, but they're not nearly as well known outside of here. But they write some great like party pop punk songs, and like, and then there was the Dog and Everything back in the day. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they were like an unsung hero. They had songs like that were fantastic. Then we had Show Off. There was a lot of bands that didn't nearly get as much attention as they should, and it's so hard to be like, this is the best band out of Chicago, because even now there's like a couple of guys that a couple of our friends in this band called Good Hangs. They write these great emo like
anthems.
Yeah, like they're sing along. Like the first time I heard it, I was like, I don't know the words, but I'm gonna fucking hum along the melody. Like,
yeah, I already know the melody after one listen.
Yeah, and it was just it was really well done. I mean, like,
so much.
Yeah, there is. It's. I get overwhelmed with that question personally, because I'm like, there's so many bands that I think are fantastic in Chicago that I like. And I got asked this on like before in an interview. Is like, well, why do you think that everybody like pop punk in Chicago or that like Midwest has like a certain sound to it? And I go, I think it's just because we get tired of everyone telling us we're not good enough. We're not a coast. Like,
fuck this town, man.
Yeah. And that gets us angsty, and we're like, here, this is what we're writing. So that's what's really difficult. But like at the same time, like Zach said, like Real Friends, fantastic. Knuckle Puck, fantastic. We have like so many artists that are great.
Belmont.
Like
the Lawrence Arms, the Academy is.
Oh my god, which they're back, and I'm so stoked. I really want to see
Bottle Rocket.
Oh like it's just there's so much, and I love the Lawrence Arms.
It's so many like subgenres too of punk that get big out of Chicago. It's weird.
Yep. But yeah, that was my long-winded answer. I can't give you
Matt. Give your Nashville answer then.
My
favorite Nashville. Yeah, give your Nashville answer for those.
He's gonna be basic and say Free Throw. Come on, those guys are cool as fuck, though.
I don't even know if that's basic. I mean, like that's a great answer. It's not like they're like
I know.
It's not like they're like Fall Out Boy or nothing. You know?
No.
Well, yeah, but not a lot of pop punks out of Nashville. So when you think of it, you're like Free Throw.
From Nashville, it's originally it's a small list. Right now, I mean, obviously we've got like half of Newfound here now, and Newfound's always got a special spot in my heart.
Hot Mulligan.
Hot Mulligan.
Paramore, it says.
Well, yeah, the one member of Paramore that's still in Paramore.
Only member of Paramore that's still in Paramore.
But no, there's so many good bands. I mean, I'd say Free Throw is sort of the local heroes because they're the ones that came out of Nashville. I honestly don't know who's like a band that's being slept on right now out of here though. Because it's just like the scene is so volatile in Nashville. There's like bands coming and going all the time.
From Michigan.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought they were from Lansing,
but they're here now, I think, or at least some of them.
I just did a quick Google search for Nashville pop punk bands because I have no idea.
Oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of them are moving there too. Because it's like, I mean, you got like guys like Knox, who's like.
Knox, like a lot of the guys I would say would be slept on have like blown up in the last couple of years. I mean,
100%. Yeah, games we play.
We played with him like his first or second show ever, like with that name.
Wow.
Here in Nashville, that was I think our first like real show we played. We played for one person before that. I think that's some like horrible show. Who was it? Limbs was headlining. There was literally one person there. Oh. We just played for the sound guy,
like and then good old Indiana show.
Yeah, the first show we ever played with like people there though was with Games We Play, and then we didn't hear anything from them for like 3 years. Then COVID, and then all of a sudden,
massive
TikTok, they're opening for fucking Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
I'd have to. What's up?
What was this say? Is if we want like going back just to like the Chicago bands really quick, the Fall Out Boy. I love old Fall Out Boy, and I think that there's so much that have changed and transcended into different genres and things like that. That it's weird because I haven't listened to an album of theirs since Infinity on High. That's where they lost me personally. And
Oh,
it's like
wow.
that old, yeah, it's old school pop punk. Like Take This to Your Grave is in my car in a CD player and hasn't left. Like it's been transferred from car to car to car. It does not leave. That is how good that album is.
I think my favorite Fall Out Boy album is actually Folly Ado.
Okay.
I think that album is just fucking underrated.
Okay. And like that's the thing. That's the thing that's beautiful about music is that we can talk about the different bands and have like get along on completely 100% and like disagree about the songs, but we'd be like, at the end of the day, it's good music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So that's one thing that I love about it. Go ahead.
Absolutely. So I was gonna say I want to see. I'm assuming you guys probably know at least one of these two bands, but I think one of there are two bands that come to mind for me when it comes to bands that got slept on in Chicago. One of them is fucking Alistair.
Oh my God, yes.
I think Alistair is one of the catchiest bands in the genre, period.
Yes.
Aren't they starting to make a comeback?
Yeah, they're out there doing stuff. We actually just had them on the podcast.
Oh wow.
Who'd you have, if you don't mind me asking?
Tim.
Okay. I love Tim and I love Scott. Scotty is awesome. And the fact is that he's like a celebrity, like a giant celebrity in Japan, still blows my mind.
But but like, I mean, Somewhere in Fullerton is one of the greatest pop punk songs of all time. I mean, it is just so catchy. I definitely think they should have gotten bigger than they did. And then the other band I have is a lot less known. It's a band called Spitalfield.
Oh my God! Yeah, Mark Rose. Let's go. Let's talk about Mark Rose. He's a fantastic, awesome person. He is such a good songwriter.
I fucking love Spitalfield. The song "I Love the Way She Said L.A." is fucking owns my heart.
Yeah, a couple of our friends just played a show with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've played with Mark back in the day and everything like that. He is such a wonderful human being. He's a great songwriter, great guy, great band. I miss that band. That band needs to do more stuff.
Yeah,
like you said, the Academy is back too, and William Beckett back in the day could definitely slay some fucking vocals. Like his voice is so good.
Yeah,
hell yeah. All right, we have one more question before we go to a quick break.
Sure.
If you could give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you were first starting out, what would it be?
Who wants to start?
I can start. Don't overanalyze. I just saw a post about this the other day. I think it was actually from like a bigger band. It's talking about how you like lose yourself in the process sometimes, and sometimes it becomes about the money or about getting in front of the biggest crowd or your social media instead of like what actually, it was real friends instead of what actually matters. And that's like, that is what you're doing in your writing and what you're trying to make people feel through it. And it's like, I mean, that's the root of it, I mean, that's what everybody should do it for.
Absolutely.
Matt, do you want to go?
I'll let you go first, Rob.
Sure. My advice for anyone starting music is don't do it first and foremost, but after that,
Way to be cliche, Rob.
I'm obviously kidding. I love music, and that I wouldn't have been doing music for 20 something years now. My one advice piece though, honestly, would be don't do it for anybody else. It's kind of along the same lines that Zach was talking about with the don't ever analyze. Mine is don't do it for anybody else besides yourself. Write the music that you want to listen to.
Yeah.
Like that's the way you're going to make the best music that you've ever done in your life, is just like, I really love this track. And if you have that same energy and you put that love into the song, that love is going to come back out from the fans. If as long as they're feeling the same way you are, like that's the way it should go.
Absolutely.
Man.
Yeah, I think I mean, to not overlap the other guys or be even more cliche. I think for me, like what I'd say to elaborate on is don't do it unless you love it, because it's not easy. You know, there's nothing about the life of being in a band that's easy. You know, TikTok and all these other things they fool you, right? You see that one person who made a TikTok account, made 2 videos, got signed to, you know, Fueled by Ramen, and you know, they're opening for Green Day, and like they're on a tour bus in a private jet. It's like, okay, that's great. Yes, there's a chance that can happen. There's also a chance you can win the lottery. You might as well buy the lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Do music because you love it, and if you always do it because you love it, you'll never be disappointed.
Hell yeah, absolutely. I completely agree on all. Rob, what were you going?
I was also going to say, kind of along that same lines, is like when Matt was saying, and then I said about loving it, is even if you have one person in the crowd, play like it's a million. And like, even if it's a million, play like it's that one person, and you want them to love you for the rest of your life.
Rob with the cliches.
I don't care. I don't care about the cliches, because you know what? I've told everybody this in my life. I've told every single person this in my life, and they're like, why do you love music? And I go, it is the greatest high you will ever get. Playing on stage and having one person sing your lyrics back to you will, like, literally, you're like, what's heroin afterwards? Like, I'm not saying that like anything, but you know what I mean? Like, you're
but
just,
that and heroin.
Yeah. Ooh. Now you're talking some Nikki Sixx levels.
Yeah, there we go, baby.
Yeah,
you don't even know what your name is there.
Yeah, but you know, he's clean out. He still slays it on stage. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Well, all that advice was absolutely perfect, except for mine. Kids, don't do heroin or coke. I mean,
don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do hard
Except for
drugs.
the
Like, don't do
legal
that.
ones.
Don't do
Yeah,
hard
do
drugs.
legal drugs. Legal drugs only.
We're in
Yeah.
or like moderately illegal. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Matt, you're in Nashville. Like
there
we
are
don't
some
our
legal
legal is like you could get
We have
locked up there for
Tylenol.
that. We have Tylenol and cowboy hats.
It's the baby prescription one.
Dude, honestly, we're getting there. You can't get anything in the state anymore.
Yep.
Fair
Baby
enough.
after.
Well, on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our next segment.
What's up, friends? We're super stoked to tell you that we just partnered with GFUEL. And let me tell you, there is no more pop punk beverage on the market right now than GFUEL. GFUEL keeps you energized, focused, and hydrated. If you go to gfuel.com right now and use code Unsigned Pop Punk, you're gonna save 20% off your entire order. You can get it in the tub form and have 40 freaking servings of flavors like Rick and Morty's Unstable Portal Fluid, which is a delicious strawberry limeade, or get something in the can form like Sonic's Peach Rings or Crash Bandicoot's Wumpa Fruit. Go to gfuel.com and check it out for yourself. Let us know what your favorite flavor is. And once again, don't forget to use our code Unsigned Pop Punk to save 20%. It's a heck of a deal, man. Hey, Pat here with Unsigned Pop Punk. We're a community dedicated to building up the music scene by shining a spotlight on up-and-coming bands. Now, I know what you must be thinking. These guys must be raking in the cash. Wrong. But you can help us help others by picking up some merch. We found what big business is selling shirts for, and we slashed the prices. We saw what people are charging for sweatshirts, and we windmill kicked those prices in the face. So pick up some merch from us today. You won't be mad you did.
And we're back. Thanks so much for sticking around and making it this far. I mean, you know, it's a podcast. You got to go from start to finish. You know, it's not like the radio show where you just pop in and out. Yeah. You're going for the whole thing, baby.
Whole enchilada.
The whole enchilada. Are you eating an enchilada, Matt?
I am not.
What are you eating?
I am eating a pizza. Little pizza.
There you go. At least you didn't say some CEO type bullshit.
Yeah. What you be eating on? Come on. Now.
Just some Wagyu beef.
Some Wagyu beef. I like it. And you know, and on that note, we're gonna hop into our food for thought segment. So we've had a few different bands from Chicago on the show now, so we always got to see what everybody's thoughts are. And so we've asked a few different Chicagoans about this, and the answer varies in different degrees of wrath. What is your opinion on how a hot dog should be eaten?
First of all, let me say that that's very refreshing to hear that one versus the deep dish one.
Yeah.
Because I really thought you were going to say deep dish. Hot dogs, honestly, I was raised, I friggin' love putting ketchup on them, and people from the city would kill me.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm saying this is different degrees of wrath, because
come on, it's like whatever you want on it, enjoy it.
Yeah, I heard like one person was like, I'll beat the shit out of you if you put ketchup on there.
Yeah, like, people will go to their grave with that shit.
Yeah,
wrong.
Yeah, and
I've seen people get like hot dogs slapped out of their hands for that.
It's a good time to probably mention that I'm actually from New York originally, not Nashville. So as we do talk about food, my opinions are going to be very New Yorker.
That's cool. I like
ketchup on a hot dog is the only way to eat a hot dog, in my opinion.
Agreed. And
I
you know
agree.
what? People all the time talk about putting relish on. I hate pickles. So I'm like, don't put it on there. Get it away from me.
Now, coleslaw and ketchup.
Okay, I've never done coleslaw, but I'll tell you right now, I'm a saucy type guy.
Yes.
I like shit on shit. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'll take a hot dog that's got ketchup, mustard, and relish on it. Onions. You put more shit on it.
Yeah. Same. Load that shit. Put the sport peppers on. I want those sport peppers to fall off 4 times. I gotta grab them and put them back on that hot dog.
Yeah.
Dude, I love putting grilled onions on there too. People think it's really weird.
Yeah, he just said onions. Yeah, those are
no, but like a lot of people do just the raw. I do grilled.
Raw onions is the standard.
Yeah, I'll do grilled, but then another thing I throw that's a little bit weird, a little bit of mayo. Gives it a little creaminess. It's delicious. It's delicious.
I can take that more than coleslaw.
I mean, it's got to be a good coleslaw, but I push
the coleslaw away
in New York.
They give that to me at the
to prison.
What was that?
I said in New York, if you don't make a good coleslaw, you go to prison. So
yeah, and you don't want to go to a New York prison.
Yeah,
no,
it's factual.
No, you don't.
It's factual.
Sticky sitch.
Well, since you get, so we'll spread this question out for both of you. So, in your opinion, what is a must-stop food shop in the Chicagoland and Nashville area?
You guys want to go first?
Yeah. I think for me, since we were just on the hot dog topic, and I'm hungry, this just made me think of it. So there's this place called Gene and Jude's in Brookfield area. It's like maybe 30 minutes from the city. But they're known for putting French fries on their hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
And it's like one of those big no ketchup, like they are a Chicago hot dog place. But
what do you put on it? Okay, if they're putting fucking fries on a hot dog, what else are they putting on it? Because you can't have just fries and a hot dog.
Oh no, it's everything else, man. It's literally the onions, the relish, the mustard.
Okay.
Sport peppers.
The sport peppers and the fries.
So we got
they just ditched
saucies.
the ketchup.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they just ditched the ketchup, which that was my favorite thing growing up. So,
but why? So, being from Minnesota, and we just don't really hate much here, of just anything. Why do they fucking care so much about ketchup? Like, what has the tomato done to Chicago?
I would like to look that up.
So angry about it.
Well, the tomato makes the deep dish, so I don't understand why they friggin' hate it for ketchup.
I'm just curious. I mean,
you're literally eating crushed tomatoes, like pretty much on a deep dish mixed with tomato paste. Like it's literally tomato on tomato there.
And the only reason I did not ask, about the deep dish pizza is because we've interviewed enough people from Chicago at this point I understand that if you're from Chicago, you don't fucking eat that. Like you just eat normal pizza. The Chicago deep dish is pretty standard touristy food.
Yeah.
I'm not a tourist, and I still eat deep dish probably.
Oh
once
yeah,
a
I
week.
fuck with deep dish. Yeah.
I mean, it's
dude,
fucking delicious,
It
It's
is
regular
but
for me.
it's
You don't
not
eat
like
it on a regular basis, right? It's like a special occasion.
No, 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 no.
Like we both
I
eat it like
weekly.
probably once a week. Yeah.
No.
wow. Once
Part
a
of my
week?
core diet.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
What's better
When
than
you see it live, we're all
carbs
out of
and
breath, you'll know
cheese?
why.
I
Just
literally had a
saying.
meeting last week at a Giordano's. Like I was, oh my
dude.
gosh.
I fucking love. I've actually had Giordano's frozen and shipped to me. So
Oh, dude, that
It's
is
Have you had
the
Luminati's?
best.
I haven't.
Have you?
No.
Okay, the Luminati's frozen pizza. I'm going to set this up. We're going to talk. I'm going to send you a couple.
Okay.
Dude, their frozen pizza. If you I'm just going to tell you right now. Pull the frozen pizza out. Wipe down the tin. Make sure there's no moisture. Put a little bit of the Pam in there, or just like a butter, and then throw that in the bad boy in there and cook it for a little bit. Like, as I'll say, 425. Cook it at like 375 for like 10 minutes longer. So good.
Okay.
I
We'll
thought you were
make
gonna
this
say
happen.
just crank that up to
Just fucking
500 and
crank
send
that up
it.
to
Just
6.
send
No,
it.
no. You want to
How
actually
high does
turn
your
it
oven go?
down because then
As high as
the
I want it
crust gets
to.
nice and crispy. But yeah, no, dude. We'll figure this out. We'll definitely
Okay.
talk after this.
We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll connect. We'll connect.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, Nashville. What we
All
got?
right.
Or New York. Whatever.
I'll do Nashville because if I do New York, I'm going to start a fight, and we don't need a fight.
Okay.
Yeah, especially
Someone
with
on
people
New
from
York, someone in
We'll
the
fight.
comments.
We'll fight
section
during
is gonna
rapid
say
fire.
wrong.
Yeah.
All right.
So everyone obviously hot chicken is Nashville, so it's going to be a hot chicken place.
Sure.
But like everyone goes to the famous ones like Hattie B's and stuff. Nothing against them. Hattie B's is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it is.
the go-to has to be slow burn. All the locals seem to agree with me on that too. It's a little out of the way up in like kind of northeast Nashville.
Okay.
But it's like a little local hole in the wall place. It is so good. If you don't like spicy, they have non-spicy options, and if you like spicy, they will destroy you.
Okay.
You have to sign a waiver, I'm pretty sure, for the hottest ones.
Nice.
And like I've had friends who are like spice hunters who have been just absolutely in pain after that place. But the non-spicy ones even have like an amazing flavor. It's special. So slow burn is going to be the go-to for Nashville.
Nice. We don't have anything crazy fancy like Nashville hot, like good chicken up in Duluth really. I would say with the best Nashville hot chicken I've had is the Chiking.
Okay.
Which is actually way fucking better than it should have been.
Dude,
Yes.
you know what? Burger King, a lot of people sleep on it, but they actually come out with some solid ass sandwiches.
Dude, that Chiking was nuts.
Yeah.
Well, it's because people have been sleeping on it forever, man. Ever since McDonald's came out.
Dude,
They still
and,
got the better stuff though, dude. The Whopper.
and I don't get it because McDonald's has gone over. It's more expensive than Burger King now.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So, but
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
100%. All right, we got one more food for thought question. Now, it's nighttime. The sun has set. See what I did there? What is your go-to late night snack?
Oh shit.
Rob's like, which one?
Yeah, you got to be more specific. If I've been drinking, if I'm doing other things, come on now. Oh God,
You are stone cold sober on a Thursday
let's go
night.
with your stone cold sober. This is no.
Oh, okay.
We don't have any drinking issues here, Rob.
Or or no judgment. Or you pick whatever your normal go-to late night snack would be if you had the choice.
All right, I got mine. You all got yours?
You should just run it.
All right. I'm gonna say some flautas or some taquitos.
Okay.
Find a local spot, get some of those fried little roll tacos. If they have a good salsa, because there's a lot of Mexican places in Chicago. But if you could find a place that has a good salsa, or they make really good nachos, like you can literally that's my go-to. Like,
so your snack is going out?
No. You get it delivered to you. You were not going out.
Okay, all right. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah. If I'm gonna go anywhere,
Zach's like, I was gonna say fucking like Oreos, man.
Oh, don't you take my Oreos now.
Hold on, you can get those. You can get a box of 20 delivered from our local grocery store for about $7. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You can make those yourself.
Those frozen boxes are
Yeah. But dude, if I'm going out, if I'm gonna go out, it's gonna be like to Cold Stone. We're gonna get some fancy like ice cream, everything mixed in.
Dude,
Some
Cold Stone.
caramel.
It's good shit.
Oh yeah. That's my go-to.
I can't eat like there's so much better like ice cream shit to where I can't even do Dairy Queen anymore. It's not worth my time.
You know what's a really weird
I'd rather
one?
get Ben and Jerry's. Like it's
yeah, factual. But one thing that's great at Dairy Queen that everyone sleeps on, they always think I'm weird every time I order it, but then when they have it, they're like, it's fantastic. Get a marshmallow shake. They'll take the vanilla ice cream and mix the marshmallow fluff with it. It is so good, especially during the summer. Highly recommend.
Have you ever had the Cold Stone cake?
Yes.
Far superior. Far superior.
Absolutely.
Now,
Okay.
what's your snacky food?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do something I can do now, but I'm going to do something I used to do when I was in college. And it's depressing that they don't have one here, but it was Insomnia cookies.
Oh, God.
They had a truck parked on my college campus that was open until like 3:30 in the morning. That was a problem.
That's their whole thing, dude. Yeah, their whole thing is they stay up and they're all on college campuses.
It was a serious problem for me in college.
That's awesome. I've never even
And they
heard of
deliver,
that,
right? They deliver.
But I love cookies.
They didn't used to deliver. Now they deliver.
See, I was gonna
It's
say I
just
had a
big-
dude deliver on a bike, man.
They big, warm, like just soft cookies. And I'm a huge Reese's fan, like Reese's cups, and they'd put like 2 whole freaking cups right on top of that cookie, bake it in the oven. Oh God! And you go there at like 3 in the morning, they're still open, and they're always fresh. They're constantly making.
Oh
fresh.
yeah,
right.
They're always warm. Oh, that was so good. And they still serve milk with them. It was that was the go-to, man. If I still lived near one of those places, I'd probably be in a wheelchair.
You know what? We're gonna be in the city next week, so maybe we'll have to hit it in some.
Dude,
we will.
There's also a place called Last Crumb that I tried cookies from today. It's like a crumble, like it's one of those like designer like gourmet cookies.
We just got a crumble cookie here, and it's fucking great.
It is. It's fantastic.
Crumble is fantastic.
Yeah. But the place that I tried today is called Last Crumb. They have a chocolate lava cookie that was fantastic, and then they also had a chocolate covered strawberry. And I was like, how are you gonna do this? They take like a raspberry like jam filling, almost kind of like the shortbread cookies with a raspberry little like tart in it. You know what I mean? But that's in the middle of a chocolate like cookie, and it's like a good size. It's probably like a good 5-inch diameter cookie.
Jeez.
So it's a solid, dude. It was really good. Highly recommended.
Nice.
Zach, go ahead for your snack. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're good. No, I'm just gonna do some basic shit. Like if I'm probably like chips and salsa guy. Honestly, it's my favorite snack. We got we got a local salsa place.
Mm-hmm.
He just like does it from his farm right into the jar, and there's a gas station next to me. I buy them out. Like I will buy 3 jars of this stuff.
Nice.
It's just like sweet and spicy and tangy. You find a good salsa, you stick with it.
I agree. We don't have any like great salsa. You know, we're Minnesota. I mean, unless you're like getting like fucking trout. I don't know. Whatever.
Well,
Juicy Lucy's. We do lots of burger shit here.
Juicy Lucy's are delicious. And actually, a little fun fact about me is I used to go up to Duluth every summer to go visit my uncle because he lived up there. So I'm very familiar with the area.
Nice. But how much nothing did you do?
My parents talked with my uncle, and I played with his clotheslines outside. So yeah. I
was like, did you go to the Miller Hill Mall?
No. Just I played with clotheslines. That's basically what I did.
Nice.
I transformed into my dad's sold.
I feel like this explains a lot, Rob.
Yeah, how many times did you cut your circulation off?
Duluth isn't like that bad or anything. I mean, it is named. I think it's still the #1 like place to live in America if you like the outdoors.
Yeah,
which I don't at all. Like, and
lock
so
me in my room.
You're like fresh air. Fuck that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Every fucking year I do this. Last year especially was bad. I was like, all right, you know, Duluth like winter is the fucking worst here. It is far worse than basically everywhere else ever. You know, like our winter lasts like 8 months. So when the sun finally comes up, that's it. I'm gonna start getting up when the sun comes up because I want to enjoy all of the sun because I don't get it for like over half a year. And I always say, so last year I'm like, I'm gonna get up early. I'm gonna get up like 6 a.m, 5 a.m. Is that when the sun gets up? I'm getting up too because I just want to be around the sun. I didn't. I mostly slept till 9 or later. I don't know. I did not do any of the things that I promised myself I was going to do.
There's always next year.
Yeah. So this year I'm going to do that. I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. I'm going to get up with the sun. We're going to have coffee together. And,
What happens when the sun sets? So,
I was waiting. I was like, who's
NyQuil
going to make
together?
the joke?
I popped into their Discord earlier and he was like, anybody got any questions? And somebody's like, when does the sun set?
Yeah.
I was like, it's different everywhere.
Yeah. I liked that. I liked your response. I didn't like the question. I didn't think it was funny. I was like, come on, grow up.
Oh yeah,
Stupid.
we always get that. That's like state champs, that was state champs of what? We'll make a t-shirt out of it one day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had a band. My band was called Cities Never Sleep, and we used to get
I've heard of them.
Yeah,
I've heard of that band. Yeah. Let's go.
Hey,
hi.
How's it going?
Good.
But there was this one time that someone used our name probably the best. So my guitar player, we were having a long night of drinking, and my guitar player and drummer decided to go for a walk, and he sees this car and he's like, I'm gonna fucking Dukes of Hazzard's, bitch, and he goes and just like fucking slides over the hood of this random car, and all of a sudden, woo, like the cop was right there, just watched him do the whole thing. And so he gets arrested because he is very intoxicated, brought to jail. And so the next day we're on tour. I think this was in Nebraska. And so he ended up, I wasn't there for any of this. I was the responsible one. I was back at the house, so we're staying at asleep. And I woke up the next morning, he was back at the house. He had got let out and was back at the house, but we had to stop at like the attorney's office to for something. So we stopped there in the morning, and he's sitting there talking to him, and he's like, hey, so I'm so sorry, we're just on tour. He's like, yeah, well, what's your band name? And we're like, Cities Never Sleep. He's like, yeah, Cities Never Sleep. Well, this is Omaha, Nebraska, and you woke it the fuck up, so get out.
Oh God.
There you go.
It's like this city sleeps. See you later.
That's so funny.
So
that's perfect. That's like a legendary for.
It was a good time. There was definitely some weird. One of our friends ran out into the middle of the road like with just a belt on, just flapping his wiener.
See, when you told me the cop was going to arrest him, I was like, oh, usually they don't arrest them; they just make you run through the cornfield naked backwards. But
nope,
sure.
Nope. He was arrested. He told me he was terrified.
I would be too in Nebraska.
That I was going to be pissed. Like that's what he was scared of. He wasn't scared of going to jail. He was scared that I was going to be pissed. And he had got back to the house that we were at in the morning, and he's like, I couldn't even go to sleep. And I walked into the living room and he told me what happened. I was like, fucking dumbass. And I just walked away. I didn't care. I was like, you fucking moron,
Yeah,
and he was like, that's it? I've been terrified all night. That's it?
Oh.
What do you want from me? Like, you want me to be mad? I don't care.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, you're back, man. We're leaving. We'll go to the next show. It's not a big deal. Whatever.
Yeah, you didn't take out the band fund for bail,
Yeah, you got let out. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah.
We're good.
My old band had a policy: if you're in jail, the band fund is not for bail. We will leave you behind.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we've got backing tracks.
Yeah,
we got backtrack.
They don't get too drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
All right. Moving on. The last segment. This is a rapid fire question segment.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
Just gonna speak from the heart.
pew.
You're gonna shoot from the hip. This is where you guys test your friendship.
Oh no.
Nice knowing y'all.
Sorry,
All right.
Rob.
Mountain
God.
Dew or Mellow Yellow?
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
Nice.
Do the do,
Hor-
baby.
Horror or comedy movies?
R.
Comedy.
Comedy.
Okay, nice. Matt, I'm with you there. This wasn't an either or question, just a general question that I just had. Do any of you actually still listen to the radio?
No.
I do every morning on the way to work.
Do you? What do you listen to?
So there's a local alternative station called Q101. Shout out to Brian and Justin in the mornings. Dudes just have some funny stuff. They have like every Wednesday's like a Who's Karen Is It? And they'll literally play like videos
Nice.
of people being like douchebags and be like, where are they from in Chicagoland? It's fun shit. But
Yeah.
they also play some they still play like Fall Out Boy on the radio. They still
Okay.
play some like AGR. It just has like a little mix of alternative stuff. So it's hearing out what's kind of hitting it currently. That's why I like doing it. Keep up.
If I am gonna listen, if I listen to the radio, which is very, very infrequent, it's if I'm up early enough in the morning. There's a show called the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay.
And it's like goofy talk radio type, just like they play fucking games. They're weird. I don't know. It's a good show. I enjoy it. But otherwise, unless my Bluetooth isn't working, then no. Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Cartoon Network.
I gotta say Cartoon Network too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that too. It's tight.
Nice.
Tight.
It's close. It's close.
You would have said like Adult Swim.
Well, Adult Swim is Cartoon Network.
Oh well,
It
yeah,
is.
I guess. Okay, yeah.
It's
you're
late
right. I'm
night.
just
That's why
dumb.
it's Adult Swim,
I'm just
bro.
dumb. I'm just dumb. Whatever.
It's okay, Zach.
I wasn't allowed to watch that.
I know.
I was too young.
I feel like early Nickelodeon, and even still a lot of Nickelodeon, is just almost as fucking bad and weird as a lot of Cartoon Network.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
do you remember Real Monsters?
Yeah,
that was
Ren and
the
Stimpy.
Oh yeah. Back
Honestly,
in the day.
Rewatching the like normal kids stuff, like rewatching the first couple SpongeBob seasons, that shit is way
That's
more messed
nuts.
up than I realized.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's nuts,
Why
man.
it's my
It's just
favorite
like
show.
Ren and Stimpy. Like
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
is fucking weird, but I love it so much.
Yeah.
Well, this one will be pretty easy, I would assume. Thin crust or regular crust pizza?
Regular.
Regular crust.
Deep dish.
Raw.
But
no,
no, honestly, I do like thin crust, like the tavern style
I do
Chicago
too.
pizza.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah. If you get good crust and sauce, you're good.
Don't get me wrong. Like when it comes to pizza, I'm gonna fucking eat it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You're like I
will
don't care
eat-
really what the crust is, as long as you don't put some like sardines on it or
Yeah, we
mushrooms.
should be good.
I'm not a mushrooms guy, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat it. I don't care if it's thin, regular, deep. I'm gonna eat that pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Now I would say this question is probably my favorite, and I feel like it's the most important question to know who you are as a person. Lindsay Lohan or Tara Reid?
Oh God.
Lindsay
Shoot, I
Lohan.
don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lindsay Lohan for
Be
sure.
low with the flow,
I'm a
baby.
diva. I'm a diva.
You know what? It's so hard. It really is, because Tara Reid was kind of like that girl back.
Dude, she was
in the day.
awesome. And
She was.
she's still making some cool, like, Sharknado, man. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're on what, episode 32 now of Sharknado? or something like
I
that?
think they made like 6 or
Yeah,
7.
it's up there. It's up there.
So good.
But,
It's so great. They're so
well,
great.
the part of the reason that I would probably say Lindsay is probably gonna be my answer,
Yeah.
but you can't go wrong with the Tara Reid in My Boss's Daughter, I think was the name of the movie, with Ashton Kutcher and her. And she goes, if you have to go take a shit, go for it. I was like, all right, that's cool. Like,
I mean,
I think Freaky Friday did it for me.
Yeah.
I mean, but with Tara Reid, you also got Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah.
Which is basically a perfect movie. The American Pie franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, so much.
Yes.
Yeah, you had so many stars in American Pie though that it was like it's hard to like pin that on.
Well, they weren't stars though. American Pie made them into stars.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
but one thing I think you got to remember, like we're talking almost like the turn of two different generations, right? Because I'm just old enough that it was the end of one era and the beginning of the next era for these.
Yeah, and I wasn't even.
Zach grew up in like the height of Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like Lindsay Lohan and Tara Reid were very similar times.
It's like one right before the other, because like the American Pie stuff was a little bit before like the height of the Lindsay Lohan.
I'm gonna look this up. I'm looking
because you're talking Lindsay Lohan stuff's like you're talking like maybe 08, 09.
Yeah, I think Tara Reid was like late 90s and Lindsay Lohan was
well, yeah, I mean American Pie started coming out late 90s, 99.
Yeah, so I think it's
the
like
first American Pie came out, I think, in 99.
Something like that, yeah. But I want to say the first like Lindsay Lohan like movie that like where people were like, oh, she's hot.
Mean Girls.
Yeah. Which is like what, 06? Is
that when it is?
04.
Yeah.
But still, it's 5 years.
So I mean, they overlapped
she was
a little.
In the Parent Trap, but nobody really talked about her in that way until.
I'm about to say because she was like 14 in the Parent Trap. We shouldn't be talking about her that way. Come on now.
Yeah, that was 98. Yeah, and
I
then
was 4, so.
Then Freaky Friday came out in 2003. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was 2002, 2004. So we're talking like 5-6 years apart. I mean, it's not a big difference.
Yeah, but it's a big enough difference. You're right.
It makes a difference. I was 5 versus being 10. I mean, there was a big difference between when I was 5 and 10 when I was watching on TV.
Oh, I thought you said dead. I was like,
yeah, that's what I was like. What?
I was like, 5 and dead are pretty far away from each other.
I was like,
you're not dead before you're born. You're still living.
Oh, dude, I forgot about Herbie Fully Loaded. You're just sending me down my childhood.
Oh, dude, Herbie. That was a good movie.
Yeah. Did you? So her first big movie, Tara Reid, was actually The Big Lebowski.
Oh my God, I forgot she was in that.
1998.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
The dude abides.
The dude abides.
I'm trying to see if there was anything, if she was in anything like around the 2004 like era. Yeah, it was My Boss's Daughter.
Yeah.
That's Van Wilder, 2002.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's Ryan Reynolds when he first really gets.
I think that was his first movie.
Was he really?
Might have been.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, could be wrong. I'm not gonna IMDb everybody, but
which that is a dream of mine. By the way, I would love to have Ryan Reynolds like just give us like a spoken word track to open a song. I would be like, dude, you can take whatever you want.
Oh my God,
Firstborn.
it's Deadpool.
Yeah, I'd be like, bro, let's go. Like, just be yourself. I feel like
I'd give my left nut for Ryan Reynolds to do that.
Just in general.
Dude,
I'd just give my left nut for Ryan Reynolds.
Seriously. So Ryan, if you're hearing this and you want my left nut.
Like, dude, I feel like he'd be the coolest person ever to go have a drink with. Like, down to earth, just bullshit.
As long as it's his gin.
You know what? I'll drink aviation gin all day long. There you go. Shout out. There you go. Promos for you.
Sponsor this. Sponsor this episode, Ryan.
There you go.
Please.
Okay. 2 more questions. Newfound Glory or MXPX?
Newfound.
Yeah.
I looked at you guys. I was like, Newfound.
Yeah, I think MXPX is just a little too punky for.
I love them. I do.
I listen to them and I love their music.
I fucking love them.
Yeah.
I liked them better. I liked them better before they changed their name, personally. But
you like Magnified Plaid better?
Yes. Oh. Who doesn't? No, but overall, Newfound Glory has been my favorite band for a long time. They were like the first. Like Ian was the band that made me really want to play bass. It was like some of the first things I learned was Newfound Glory stuff. And I've been lucky enough to play with them. Super nice guys, super down to earth. And they're just great musicians. And Chad is just a great. I love the whole band. Cyrus, Jordan, all of them. They're great. Like I actually have a Newfound Glory tattoo planned out. I haven't gotten one yet, but that's the next step. So
that's awesome. Yeah. They're one of my all-time favorite bands as well. So.
Yeah. So I know this was supposed to be rapid fire. I'm sorry. We are going too long and too
Nothing
detailed.
we've done here is rapid fire, boys.
I noticed.
We answer quickly, but then we
It's
go down
Rob's age.
Yeah.
Oh, rude.
All right. Last question. This one is an either or. One of you can take it, or all three of you can do it if you would like. Can you sing me the O'Reilly Auto Parts jingle?
O'Reilly Auto
Parts.
Ow!
There you go.
I didn't
did
hit
it.
high enough, but you know.
No, it was perfect. It was perfect. But you
I
guys,
should have turned my auto tune on.
I thought it already was on. That's how good it was.
Damn, bro.
This guy.
That's how good it was. But you did it. You finished the podcast. Now's your chance. Let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, and what is next for When the Sun Sets.
You can find us everywhere: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that. When the Sun Sets IL. We've got a brand new EP dropping. 310. It's called You and Me for Never.
Go listen to my favorite track on there, which is Home Run. Just as an
so,
FYI.
yeah, pre-save will be real soon here. So yeah, I mean, just be on the lookout for that. We're gonna be releasing single on single on single after that, and we're gonna try to not stop it. So,
Zach, Robert, Matt, thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a blasty.
Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, seriously.
And if you haven't yet, go listen to all the stuff that Unsigned Pop Punk's doing. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we do things. I'm about to tell you some things in our news. It's coming up right now. Thank you so much for making it this far and hanging out through this entire show. I'm really excited about starting this news segment because it's been a really long time and I don't know why we weren't doing this sooner. But as always, the start of the news, we want to hear from you. What was your favorite part of tonight's show, this morning's show, or whenever you're listening to it? What are your thoughts on this week's topics? Do you have any stories of your own to share with this week's guests? We want to hear about them. We want to talk to you. We want to know your thoughts on the show. We want to get feedback. What do you think of me? Do you like my voice? I mean, if you've made it this far into the episode, you can't hate it, I guess. But we want to hear from you. So hit us up. Join our Discord, discord.gg, capital KYRQ C3 TR lowercase AF. Join our Discord. I mean, if you follow us on Instagram, constantly are throwing up links to it. Join our Discord. That's a great place to chat with us, to chat with our entire Unsigned Pop Punk community. We also have our new series that will be airing in March for the first time, called The Showcase. The Showcase is an hour-long interview show for up-and-coming bands that have newly formed or that are, still working on growing, maybe haven't hit the stride that they're looking for yet. Each episode will have 6 bands per episode getting a 10-minute interview to promote themselves. This is a show every band can submit to. You can submit to be on this show as well. We just have some requirements for this one. Every band, however, can submit to be on the Showcase. So if that's something you'd like to be a part of, please head over to www.unsignedpoppunk.com, and it's under the podcast tab. Both submissions are under the podcast tab. We are starting work on this year's punk rock flea market up in Duluth, Minnesota, and we're super excited for that. We're not too far in the process yet, so more will be announced with that in the coming weeks and months, so keep an eye out. We're also planning out the rest of this year's festivals, so it's fest season's coming up here. We're hoping to be at a few of them, so hopefully be getting to our third year in a row at Four Chord Music Festival. We're gonna hope to try and be at Riot Fest, Furnace Fest, So What Fest. We're even looking at Camp Punksylvania this year. So yeah, if there's any festivals that you would like to see Unsigned Pop Punk be at, let us know. Like I said, join our Discord. Let's chat about stuff. Hit us up on Instagram or TikTok, anywhere that you see Unsigned Pop Punk. We're everywhere. It's Unsigned Pop Punk everywhere. Yes. I was trying to figure out what I was going to say next. But in Twitch news, we've got New Music Friday on Tuesday, which is our newest show on Twitch. New Music Friday on Tuesday, which airs every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. This show, we go over, it's also hosted by the Super Gibby himself, and he is going to go over all of this week's releases. So the New Music Friday playlist goes up on Friday, and then we will be listening to those songs that Tuesday. We also have the super awesome music video show live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you miss the days when MTV, VH1, Much Music, Fuse all actually played music videos, well, join us and host Super Gibby on Twitch every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Watch some freaking cool ass music videos by some of the best up and coming bands in the scene today. That Twitch channel is twitch.tv/unsignedpoppunk. Once again, twitch.tv/unsignedpoppunk. Y'all, and that's the way the news goes. Thank you so much again to When the Sun Sets for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind the scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.